If you want to speed up your edits and make your videos just a little bit more enjoyable to your audience, there is one thing you need to be adding, and that is B-roll. There's A-roll and then there's B-roll. A-roll is your main video, the main subject, like in YouTube, for instance, this me talking right now, this is A-roll. B-roll is everything that goes on top of your A-roll that covers it up. I'll show you a few examples of how you can get B-roll yourself for your next video. And no, I'm not going to be using my big fancy camera. Actually, I'm just going to be using my phone. Before you get started on shooting all kinds of video for your B-roll, you need to kind of have in mind what it is you're talking about, what the subject matter is, so you know exactly what you need to be shooting for your B-roll. What talking points are there going to be? That way you know how to cover it up. For this example, the topic I'm going to be talking about for the B-roll is going to be camera gear. So I'm going to be using all the camera gear back here. Yeah, it's all located in one location, but I'm going to show you you can do different types of angles, different types of shots to mix it up so it doesn't get too boring and stagnant. The very first and most important type of B-roll is action. Showing the action of what you're talking about on camera is the best way to give a new vision of what it is you are trying to describe. For this one, honestly, just putting your camera up on a tripod or just against some books or something just to hold it up is probably the best way you can accomplish this. Put it on autofocus and then just go about doing your action. So for this instance, I'm just gonna try to prop my phone up here and get a cool angle. I'm going to be doing a pan shot where I'm going to be panning from left to right. For this type of shot, and really any shot that you're moving with the camera, it is best to keep your knees bent. And also to keep your arms inwards towards your chest. That way it's going to create the most amount of stability possible when moving, so it's not going to look very shaky in your footage. Just like panning left to right, you can also tilt up and down. Just like going left to right, up and down, you can also go in and out by a push in or push out shot. For this one, I'm going to do a little bit of a twist. I'm actually going to rotate the camera while I'm doing it. If you have the ability to use manual focus on your camera, I highly recommend doing that. And I'm doing it on my phone with the app that was actually built into my phone. I do have a Samsung Android, and in the camera app, you can actually go over to Pro Video, and it allows you to use manual focus, and it's just amazing. Switching up the lenses or focal lengths that you're using on your camera to really change the look and feel of all the shots. For this one, I'm going to switch from my standard lens to my ultra wide. And this is going to allow me to get up close and have almost like a macro shot. Another way to change up the vibe and feel of your B-roll is to include slow motion shots. If you don't know how to film slow motion or edit videos to be slow motion, don't worry, I have a video coming out and it'll be linked in the description. Another great version of the B-roll is using a B-cam. Now this one obviously can be a little bit more pricey, even to a budget, but if you already have a camera and you have a phone, you already have two cameras. So just set up your phone or your other camera at a different angle on a tripod. If you don't have a tripod for your phone or something to put it on, and you're just filming on a whim and you already have the tripod being used on your main camera, you just hold up your phone at the other angle and be able to get a B-cam shot for your B-roll. And it's that simple. For instance, you can use it as a cutaway to cut away from the current action and show something else that also has driving force for the story. That is another place where you can use B-roll. B-roll also comes in handy whenever you're making a video down the line. Maybe it's like 5 years from now and you want to talk about something that you don't have anymore, but you did have B-roll of it before. You can show that. A great example of this being used is documentaries. They use a lot of B-roll. There's some documentaries that all they are is just B-roll with some voiceover. Another shot that works great for B-roll, especially if you're making a vlog or perhaps even a feature film, which they do this all the time, is whenever you're at a new location or you're about to show a location, you can use B-roll of the location itself. You don't have to always be there on camera with the location in the background. getting that is another great source of B-roll. And the best way to do that is just a wide shot of the location. I'm not going to show you where I live, so I'm just going to do a wide shot of the studio right now. That's a basic rundown of what B-roll is, why you need to implement it in your videos, and let's go ahead and take a look at all the B-roll I captured on my phone. Here at Cinematography, I'm going to be showing you all different types of ways to get cinematic footage. And what better way to do that than going over camera equipment? So here at my studio, we have a lot of lenses. There are lenses that have a different purpose for everything, especially this ultra wide 15mm is a great lens just to get those super crisp macro ultra wide shots. In the modern day of making videos, you can't go wrong without having a drone. So I do have a DJI Mini. And then we have this crazy contraption. It is a matte box. It works similarly to a lens hood in the fact that it blocks out a lot of the light hitting the lens, so it helps with contrast. And you can't go wrong without a pair of some friction arms. And these ones I have from Small Rig, and they work really great, clamp to really pretty much anything and hold a lot of payload. That's just a brief rundown on some of the equipment that I'm working with here at Cinematography. And there's all the examples of B-roll I shot on my phone in the video to cover up all little gaps, provide a little bit of context to what I'm talking about, and show you how things work. If you have any other video ideas, let me know in the description.